Hello and welcome to a brand new series on Farming Simulator. Right, we are on the, I want to call it Pallegney map. Look, you know what I'm like, guys. You know why I struggle pronouncing names and things like that, especially on what I do believe is, I want to kind of say it's an Italian map. Yeah, let's just have a little look. So this is our starting farm here, guys. It is the main farm in general. You know what let's have a look on the world map. So this is what we've got right now, guys. We own field 31, 103, 21 and 19. Now owning some of these fields may change. Oh, I've just realized we also own field number 9. I did not know we owned that field. Right, that's quite far away. Right, yep. I basically just started with the starting farm, but changed the equipment. But yeah, this is kind of what we own. So we've got plenty of work to be getting on with. We've obviously got a lovely canola field. We've got 2 wheat fields. I'm just gonna. Field 9 is a barley field. That's what I just wanted to check. So we've got 2 canolas, 2 wheat, and a barley field. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing today, really, is making a start. Now, you're going to have to bear with me, guys, because I haven't really played much Farming Simulator lately because, well, just a lot of things going on in real life. And yeah, when I have managed to play some games, I have kind of been playing a little bit of Minecraft because I do. You know, we do own a multiplayer server, so you know, kind of been making the use out of it and getting that all set up. So these are the fields we're going to be getting on with today. As you can see, we do only have £1,000 in the bank, so we don't own a lot. But one thing we need to do first and foremost is find out what crop has to be done today. So, harvest season for the barley is not anywhere near. Harvest season for barley. So we need to get on with... Oh, hang on a minute. We've got wheats down at the bottom. Oh, right. So we've got a lot to do today. So this might include quite a few time lapses, guys. We do seem to have a lot to do. As you can see, we own the New Holland TX32. We own the little 690T with a baler. And we own the little Volvo, which you saw. Now, we might need some more money, and we do still have the starting truck, but we might get rid of that, to be fair. So yeah, first things first, we've got to do today. So, got to look into the red for the harvest season. We've got to do the canola and the wheat. I'm not really sure what's going on. Let's just have a little gander over here at this barley field, because that just seems a little bit... Why would it give us a starting field of barley if we can't harvest it? A little bit miffed with that one. Not really sure what's going on. So yeah, we basically got to get on with a lot of farming today and a lot of harvesting, and I'm trying to figure my way out around this farm. I have actually spent a little bit of time in the world, you know, moving equipment and stuff, and it is a very, very nice map indeed. And it's not a UK map for once, which is one of the things that kind of surprised me, because I am a sucker for a UK map. But unfortunately, the only decent one out is the one that we have played on multiplayer. I'm trying to decide. I'm trying to get to field number 31, but field number 103 is in the way. And I'm kind of thinking we should maybe start with field number 103. Just because it is right here. I could have started it in that top corner. But as you can see, we have to get quite a bit done. Now, we are probably going to have to spend the first couple of episodes in August. If we have to do all the harvesting because it's all due in August, this is the starting month, guys. We can't really do much about that. So we're gonna have to just spend maybe the first couple of episodes in August because of the way the growth calendar works, and we are gonna have to go and find out what's gonna happen with the barley field, because if that barley field cannot be harvested, even though it's a starting field, we might have to just look at getting rid of it straight away. There's no point us losing a whole field full of barley, that's for sure. Right, my driving skills are still have not improved. Let's get that one done on there. But yeah, as you can see, we've got quite a bit to do. But if I can maybe do this wheat field, maybe do that first canola field today, that would be a good starting point, I think. We can do the baling over the winter months. I suppose it depends on the planting season. I've been trying to remember the default growth season, and I'm sure this is a custom one. I don't remember not being able to harvest the barley in August on the default map. Come on, there we go. I'm going to get plenty of straw from this. But yeah, as you can see, we do also have only £1,000, so we do need to kind of be looking into, you know, we're going to need lime, we're going to need fertilizers, we're going to need, you know, we're going to need stuff, and we don't really have the money to do it. So we will be doing some contracts, but I would like to only do contracts if we have the equipment or the consumables to do it. So instead of doing like every single fertilizing contract that ever comes up, I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, we can only do the fertilizing contracts if we've got the manure or the slurry to do it with. Now the only downside with that is it means running around the map a lot with a tanker, and that's the one thing that kind of puts me off that. Like if you do a small field and you've still got to fill the tank up a couple of times, that's kind of what, yeah. Anyway, what I'm going to do, guys, as you can see, we've got one headland done. I'm going to spend some time and I'm going to get this field finished, and I'm going to put it into a time lapse, and then we'll kind of go from there and see how long it takes us to get this one finished. go. That is the first field pretty much complete. We are not going to get all this into the trailer though. That's for sure. We are literally there we go. I was going to say about 100 litres away, and we were. But yeah, there we go. First field complete on the farm. Oh, we're not going to get all this into here. Yep, just a little baby trailer, guys. Like I say, nothing's big equipment size. I do believe we're playing on the hard economy as well, so it is going to be a little bit of a struggle. That's kind of what I like to do. Plus, like I say, I've really been struggling to find some maps that I've been enjoying. But this was one I liked the look of, and it had potential for a series. Now, Oak Bridge, the old Calms, the map does also have some great potential for a series, but because I've been playing that with the Dragon Lady on live streams, I've kind of been trying to avoid doing a series on it. But yeah, wow, that was a bump and a half. Yeah, this is going to take me a little while to figure out where everything is on this farm. Like I say, I do know where some stuff is, but once I've done this field, guys, I kind of really want to go down and look at the barley field, but it's kind of, yeah, I'm just paranoid that we're not going to be able to, like, we've got to drive all the way down here and all the way down here to get to here, and I don't think we can harvest it. If we can't harvest it, that's money down the drain. Hey, well, this trailer's got a right little bounce to it. I like it. I really do like that. It's got a proper good little bounce. Now, I'm going to leave this here, actually, but I don't see the point in taking that to the harvester. There's enough room in the harvester now to finish this, and we can just drive the harvester to the tractor. But yeah, I really want to do that field next to us, field number 31 in this episode, but I want to know what's going to happen with the barley field. If the barley field's not sellable, then I want to know what people are going to think about it. I'm hoping we can get another... I'm hoping we can get some comments on what to do with the field before the next episode. I say episodes, and I'm going to try and do them every day. I'm going to try and bring a series, and an episode every day. But like I said, I do still have quite a bit of building work going on in the house and stuff, and there might be the odd day missed. So I kind of just wanted to let you know that I will do my best to try and bring something at least Monday to Friday. It might be Tuesday to Saturday, actually. It's whenever the wife's not working, basically, guys. And she doesn't work, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But if I've recorded on a Monday morning while she has a lie-in, that would be Tuesday's episode, because I do try and record the day before. Just because at the end of the day, if I record the day before, it gives me chance, if there's any problems, to re-record. Kind of the logic in that. Right, we can also buy some second-hand stuff as well, guys. I don't really know what's in it. There is a cattle trailer. 2 cows, 4 pigs, 4 sheep. Could really do with something a bit bigger than that. I wouldn't mind buying a second-hand cattle trailer, because I want to do it where we have to go and pick the cows up. I don't want to be just, here's the menu, let's... I've just realised this is wheat. We could be feeding this... I'll tell you what we're going to do. Before we jump down to the barley field, because I've only just realised... Do you know what? I don't know why. But yeah, with this been a week ago, I can go and give this to the chickens. The sooner they start producing us some eggs, the better. And I will increase the time as well, guys. It's just, with it being like the first episode and possibly having to harvest every single field in August, yeah, I don't really understand what's going on with every field needing towing in August. If I'd have realised that off like recording, we already have. I haven't put anything in here. We have chicken. Okay, we have, right, okay. I didn't even realise. It comes pre-fed for the chickens. I literally didn't know that. Okay, so I've gone all this way to bring the wheat to the chickens and it's already full. So what we'll do now then is we'll drop this into here. And we are going to take the harvester down to the barley field, guys. If the barley field is not harvestable, we might look at swapping it for something that is, or even just another field closer. I didn't realise we owned that field, which is one of the issues now, because it's quite far from the farm. This shed here as well, this multi-purpose shed, I'm not really sure what what kind of multi-purpose it's for. Like I say, I kind of want to explore all this on the recordings with you guys. So yeah, I don't know what it is. If anybody knows and wants to put a comment before the next episode, like I say, I'll try and push these videos out for a 9 AM start. That's what I used to do. I used to always do like a 9, was it an 8 AM? Either way. Right, I've got to figure out where I'm going here. I was going to turn this way and it's not. But I need to turn left here. But to be honest, guys, look at the map. The map is just... This is a very, very nice map. I am very... whoever it was who created this, I did know the name of the creator of this map before I started recording, and as per usual, my thing for names has just gone out the window. There's the title of the name. Pallegney. Pallegney? I've probably just completely butchered that name, but Pallegney. Oh yes, just look at the detail, the little stream, you know, little stream style, the fields, yeah, honestly guys, this is an absolutely beautiful looking map, and I am very glad we came with the option of playing this. Alright, I can go down here apparently. Apparently I can go down here, so this is going to make it a bit easier to get to. I quite like this wooded area. Like, I don't like to do farming simulator and do the wood and stuff, but we might do some wood moving contracts, but I don't think we'll do any like chopping trees down. I've never been a fan of that in the game. I thought we owned the barley field. Did I go on the wrong field earlier? This is not a barley field. This is a wheat field. This is a wheat field. Nope. It looked like a wheat field. It's alright. It's me. It's me. Ready to harvest. Needs lime, needs ploughing. It's not got a very good yield on it. Let's just see what happens, guys. Because if we can't do anything with this... Now let's just look. Let's just look. Crop calendar, barley. Harvest season is over. So why are we harvesting barley? Right, yeah, well, I've got no problems with this. We can get this done. We can keep this field. Let me know in the comments if you think we should keep this field or sell it and buy something closer to the farm. It's not exactly far from the farm, but let me know what you think we should do with this field. So we don't have to keep all the default fields because that's what we started with. So I just started with the basic farm. Right, So I think the best thing we can do, since we've now technically started this giant field, no, I do want the straw. We've got very little straw coming off this field. That's why I weren't sure if that was giving me straw because there was so little of it. But obviously, you know, it is giving us the straw. Yeah, this map is absolutely lovely. I do sometimes, now this is just a personal opinion, and I'm sure some people will be like, oh, I don't agree with you. Why don't Giants, instead of making the very poor default maps, because I've never been a fan of the default maps, never. Why don't they get some modders working on maps, like, let's just say 4 months before the game's released, and use these, like, for example, this could have been a very good map. Giants could have released. Do you know what I mean? Again, you know, it's just people's opinions, you know, but I do just find the default maps just a little bit Like, I'm not really a fan of fields where they don't have hedges and fences around. But this map, I don't know what it is. This map's just got something about it. I was just driving around. I think I've spent about 55 minutes before I even started recording in this map, looking around, getting rid of all the little laggy spikes, you know, that you get when you load a new map. And I just really liked it, and it's like, I want to do a series on this map, and that's what we've done. And yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful as this map, and I really do like it. And I'm hoping that we can bring this series quite a long series, because at the moment there just isn't really anything else out there other than Oakbridge. But I do kind of want to. Moss Valley has been released, but I'm thinking of bringing Moss Valley to a multiplayer server. So yeah, I don't know. We might do something on Moss Valley. I might even keep this map and series to older machinery, and then bring like some of the newer, bigger stuff to the to a Moss Valley series, maybe. But again, let me know what you think about that in the comments, if that's something we should look at. What I'm going to do though, guys, is we're going to get the music turned up. We're going to get this into a time lapse, and I think we're going to try and spend a few minutes just trying to get through this field as much as we can, because it's going to take quite a while. Well, this field is taking a lot longer than I initially thought it would. Considering this has got a poor yield as well, I did expect to get a little bit further across the field before we had to go and get the tractor. But yeah, that's all fun and games. I think maybe if we end up keeping this field, if that's what you guys decide we should do, maybe like when it comes to harvesting this field with like maybe this small harvester, it might be worth one of those where we maybe just like jump cut it kind of thing, because we've just done a time lapse and we're about, I kind of want to say we're about a third of the way across, which kind of means like another 2 time lapses, which means, you know, this is going to then be a big episode, which I've got no problems doing longer episodes. You know, especially when it comes to a first one. If I would have realised this field was harvestable like this, we maybe should have done this one first and had it as the only one we did in this episode. But it was nice to do something a little bit closer, show you a little bit of the farm, you know, try and feed the chickens and stuff. Yeah, this is a big field. Let me know what you think we should do with this field. Now, we have obviously we are harvesting it. We might have to just look at getting it baled. You know, if you guys are, oh yeah, that's too big for the size of equipment we've got, you know, we can maybe buy a field closer to the farm. That's cheaper. And maybe look at putting some money into some more machinery. We're gonna need we're gonna need a mower. We're gonna need a tedder. We're gonna need a silage. Well, we've got a silage bunger, but we're going to need a way to pick the, you know, the grass up and the hay up and things like that. Because, you know, we want to get cows as quickly as possible. You know, we do already start with a production on this map. It's part of the farm. So, you know, we kind of want to get on with the cows as quickly as we can. But I also don't like to start with all the equipment and all the stuff. I just feel like, you know, if you start with everything, you don't really have anything to work towards. I like the little achievement goals of, oh, you know, we've now bought cows, you know, we've now done this, we've now done that. You know, but if we get to January, we sell some wheat, we sell some barley. You know, we've got to obviously keep some for the chickens. And then, you know, that money can be put into the farm. Some equipment that we don't use very often, we can look at buying second hand. I don't want to be leasing on this game. The only time I want to lease is when it comes to like potatoes, sugar, you know, the root crops, because there isn't really any machinery out there like what we had on Farm Sim 22. You know, we used to have that little root crop machine, that little universal one. I am looking at maybe converting that over into 25, but it's getting time to do it at the moment, guys. Like I say, real life is hectic and busy at the moment, to say the least. Has been for a few months, actually. Actually, it has been for a while, and I do know that we haven't really brought a video series since my mum passed away, and you know, I don't want to like bring that up or out like that, but you know, it has been a year since we brought a series. So I hope you guys do get behind this series. I hope you guys are in the comments giving me ideas, giving me suggestions. Not every suggestion will be done, but maybe we can go down the, what, you know, like the top comments. Like if I get, say, 20 comments and everyone's like, yes, do this, then we'll probably do that kind of thing. Kind of keep it interactive as much as we can, if it's possible. But you've got to remember, you know, I'm probably going to be recording as you get an episode. That's the only downside to recording one day and then the next, you know, like recording every day. Like if I maybe didn't record for a couple of days, it would give you guys a chance to comment on this series. But then, you know, you're going to be looking at a couple of episodes a week and nothing more. So you know, I'm trying to if there was more maps that I enjoyed to play on, it would be easier, because for example we could bring this map today, we could do, for example, maybe Moss Valley tomorrow. That would give you guys chance to comment on every video, and it would give me a day's worth of comments to read and kind of figure out what we're going to do in this series, really. We'll look into it. If anyone has got any other map suggestions, put them down in the comments. But like I say, we've got Oak Ridge, but I do live on that. But the missus likes to play Minecraft, guys. She's really got back into a Minecraft era. Like I said, we do own a we own a home server, the Me and the Dragon Lady, and obviously we do want to use that as much as possible. You know, we do have 6 to 10 regular players in the Minecraft server as well, so it's nice to be able to stream that, because there's just more people to chat and interact with while streaming, basically. You know, if we stream Minecraft, it's usually just if we stream Farm Sim, it's usually just me and the Dragon Lady. You know what I'm thinking of doing, guys? I'm thinking of filling this harvester, and I'm going to fill that trailer, and I think that might be a good place to end this. Actually, we're not going to quite get this field finished in this episode, and I don't really like leaving fields half done, but because we are going to be in August in the next episode, it kind of just makes a little bit of sense to do that, where we're not going to make this episode like an hour long. So what we'll do is we'll get to the top up here, or we'll get the harvester full, we'll fill the trailer, we'll head back to the farm with the tractor so we can put it in the silo, so that when the next episode's recorded we can bring the tractor back here and we can kind of carry on with this field. We are definitely about halfway done now. That's the main thing. I did plan on getting a little bit more done than I did, and we might have to maybe look at putting a worker on the harvester. That might be something we look at. Now, I haven't decided if we should use workers in this series, so once again, let me know in the comments if we should use workers. Maybe we should just use workers just for the harvesting. Right, we are going to make... Oh, we didn't quite make the top of that. Yeah, maybe that's what we do. Maybe we just use a worker on the harvester, so we could have been like baling at the same time. I don't know. I don't know. These are all ideas. I kind of feel like I don't know what I'm doing, but I also am trying to make it as interactive. I'm hoping, you know, some of the regulars do come back. I know it has been a while since I've done a series. What I'll probably do is I'll just quickly harvest that front bit there and line it up for the next strip, and then take the trailer back in the tractor. I think that's probably going to be the best thing we can do. Yeah, there we go. I can't do much about the teeny tiny harvester. I do love this harvester though. I've loved this harvester since FS19. It might have been in FS17 and before, I don't know. I never played those games. 19 was the game that got me hooked on Farming Simulator. What we're going to do now, we're just going to go into here and we're just going to start that, get that in the field and leave that there. So yeah, all we're going to do now then is drive this one back to the farm. 7,600 litres. Yeah, it's not got a very good capacity, this trailer, but again, it's designed to just be a starting setup. Small, nimble, but I do quite like the fact it's... What's the terminology I'm looking for? Small holding. It's like small holding, you know, got a smallish farm. Small holdings, maybe not the term I'm looking for. Small holdings usually a small farm. But we've got very small, low-powered equipment. I kind of want to turn this into an old equipment only series. Like nothing newer than the 2000s. Not that I would be able to know much about the dates of when, but maybe, you know, that could be something else people can help me with if I buy a machine and it's too new. Again, let me know. You know, plenty of ideas on what we could and couldn't do in this series. That tractor pulled that up there relatively well considering. We do need to get some of these doors open so that we can make the drive-throughs a little bit quicker. That car's coming, but I'm going to need a wider turn. There we go, beautiful. Maybe should have had my beacon on for that. The problem is, if I put my beacon on, I forget to turn it off and people shout at me. Or they used to. And then if I don't use it, people shout at me. I can never win, guys. You just always shout at me. There we go. That is gonna give us. What have we got in here then? We've now got 7,600 litres of barley and 11,558 litres of wheat. But I am going to leave this episode here, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope to see some comments that are going to help us progress and give us ideas on this series. And until the next one, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye for now, guys.